We've all tried a diet and immediately failed. I know myself, I have failed multiple times. What can I say? I'm addicted to burgers, fries, sugary drinks. Could even be candy or chocolate, you know? It's an addiction. But a lot of people's addictions are more serious than that. We don't realize it, but we can't just let go of an addiction. Like I said, we've all tried diets and we've all failed in one point or another. But if there's a way that we can, help each other or make it easier for us, why wouldn't we? I'm here to persuade you guys to think or to believe that medication should be used to treat addiction. And to understand this, obviously, we have to look at the problems, the causes, and what we can do to make this possible. And obviously, addiction creates a mental imbalance in our brains. The NHS released an article saying, what is addiction? And it really compared it to something that I know most people can agree on or can make sense of. Gambling. A lot of gamblers get a high from winning, and obviously it's a similar high to drugs or anything that can give you a real high, like a mental high. And if gambling can give you this high just for winning once and maybe winning again, how can this addiction start becoming if you can have a secure high? And obviously there's so many people with addictions. Just even in the New York Times, there's an article called 48 million Americans with addiction and what help they can get that works. And that's crazy to believe that 48 million Americans have an addiction to whatever it may be, drugs, gambling, smoking, anything. And that's crazy to believe because that is one of our family members. That is a friend, a coworker, whatever it may be. And this brings me to my causes of this. People are pushed to drugs at such a young age. At such a young age. I know I've been offered drugs. I know many people close to me have been offered drugs, and I know that more than likely most of you have been offered drugs. And it's true. We can just literally go online and a popular website by the government called justthinktwice.gov, which is strictly about addictions and people who are free of addiction and telling their story. There's this one girl that started experimenting with drugs at 15 and ended up doing heroin at the age of 18. It's just a crazy thing that this happens every day in our lives. There's also how addictive these drugs are. We don't really realize it, but even sources like the Yale of Medicine talk about how addicting these drugs are. Opioids and cocaine and even smoking make this dopamine surge that's 10 times more than a natural dose of dopamine that we get from doing a natural activity. And that's scary, because if I don't have to work hard to feel good, why would I ever have to work hard again? That's just, it's sad. And obviously this brings me to my solution, or to this unique solution that we can bring to the people with addiction. We can erase the stigma of medicating to stop addiction. We can medicate to over medicate, and it's possible. There's many drugs, many vices that we need to like get rid of and just stop slowly, because like I said, we can't just stop all at once. It's almost impossible to do that. So why not just try? And we see this every day when you go to local. My own grandfather at one time used nicotine patches. He does not smoke anymore, but he used it to cycle off, or to get rid of that withdrawal feeling, and all of that. And I commend him for that, and that's why I'm a strong advocate for doing any means necessary, even medication, to just get over that addiction. And also, we have to make it accessible. That's one of the solutions that we have to do, is make these medications accessible for all sorts of people. And I know many people in rural areas aren't open to trying new things because of that stigma, and also because they don't have the resources or aren't given this dialogue at a young age or whatever, to stop this addiction from even starting. So then again, this was my point, to make you guys realize and convince you guys truly that medication can treat and help addiction. So hopefully next time you see someone, or you know someone with an addiction problem, or you think of yourself with an addiction problem, there's always a way to go, and that's getting medication for sure. Obviously, medicating yourself with the proper drugs prescribed to you by a doctor, and known and approved to you. But hopefully next time we are allowed to give this dialogue to more people and give them this opportunity to better themselves and have a better life than they have ever had before.